Hey, it's Todd Mariano of Deep Grooves Mastering, and today we're going to demonstrate the box that I just put together, MIDI to lathe control. This is custom programming on a PIC chip embedded in custom circuitry, and a nice little homemade homebrew here. What it does is it takes MIDI notes of 3 different values and converts them into switching one of 3 different relays inside the box. I chose relays so that it was 100% electrically disconnected from the lathe. And what it does is it triggers one of 3 buttons. So C notes trigger the time, E notes trigger the echo, and F notes trigger fast. So any octave, doesn't matter. C will automate hitting that button. E will automate hitting this button, and F will automate hitting that button. Those are the 3 buttons that one generally needs to cut aside. So what we're going to do here real quick is show you that I've got a MIDI track here. I've got my preview audio and then my program audio that's bumped forward a little bit. We're going out 4 separate outs. So we've got a track for the pitch computer and the purple track for the cutter head, and then you can see that I've got right there that MIDI note. That note is an E note, and that would be for some echo at the very beginning of the track because it's loud. This is a dance cut, and it starts with a bass kick, and we want to compensate for that when we cut. So we're going to put an E note there that will automate hitting the echo button. The other note that's just to the right of it is actually just there for demonstration purposes. It will trigger the time button. That would be a C note, and that would be for if you had multiple tracks that you were cutting, you would put one in between each track, and that would trigger the time button, which puts a spacer. And on a Newman lathe, you can select the amount of time for the spacer by turning this knob, which actually just makes a connection between an array of resistors of different values that together form an RC circuit, which is a delay time. So in this box, I have mine set right now to 1.5 seconds. So whenever I hit a C note, it will automate hitting that button, and we'll create a 1.5 second spiral right there. So again, that note would go in between your tracks, but I put one in for demonstration purposes here. And then also too at the very end of the track, we've got one note right there. That would be an F note. That would be for fast. That would trigger your lead out groove on a VMS system. And again, this sort of MIDI to button automation, which is really all it is, could be integrated into a Newman lathe like I've done. Could also be used to automate a Scully lathe, because I believe the interface panel has a similar array of buttons for controlling various aspects of cutting. So this I've made it to work with my lathe, but again, this could be integrated into any system that has a button that you might want to automate. And since most cutters are using a DAW that allows you to add a MIDI track, this makes it very handy to automate cutting aside. So what we're going to do here real quick is kind of back up a bit and try to show you the pitch box and that box all at once. And we'll hit rewind and hit play here. So you can see that it just did the echo, and now it's doing the time. And you saw the green light light up on the box. You saw the time light up on the pitch unit. That was the echo. And there's the time trigger. So that's it. Anybody interested, I will be selling these from my website, www.deepgroovesmastering.com. be more than happy to make any sort of customizations for whatever lathe you happen to be running. Also look for a variety of other computer to lathe integration in the upcoming years. See ya!